we had a very fascinating debate and discussions about what could be the new business models for the changing world. And we unanimously agreed on some of the things that I have put on these slides, which in a way summarize our discussions. In fact, we believed that all new business models that need to come in need to undergo a paradigm change because we need to bring in a change in metrics of reward and performance evaluation. We've seen historically all rewards and performance valuations are around price and volume. And we feel that in future, price and volume should not be the only objectives on which rewards and performance should be evaluated. So essentially, the industry, the economy, the world needs to set up new sets of objectives for businesses because it is a resource-constrained economy, and the old set of objectives will not do in the new economy. We, of course, need to educate the investor community that this planet has finite resources, and hence they need to come up with new sets of measures on which businesses should be measured, and not the old sets of measures on which businesses continue to get measured. We also talked of consumption, how business models should re-look at the word consumption. In fact, there was a very strong objection in our group about using humans as consumers. And that whole model of moving away from use of word consumers for humans should change. And when that changes, we also need to build business models which move away from the current ownership ones to the more usage ones. The examples that we gave in our panel, in our session were, why should be a mobile phone be designed in such a manner that it gets changed every 18 months? Why should the companies manufacture things by building in it systems that allow it to be upgraded later or changed later so that they continue to draw upon continuous sales from the existing sale that they have made? So move the whole model from ownership to more usage-based. Then also consumption should generally not be really the sign of progress as it has been in the developed world. And it should be replaced with some other set of parameters which should show sign of progress. And that's been said by many people before, even yesterday. And that feeds into any kind of new business model that we need to create. The subject of economics itself, when it was created around unlimited resources, needs to change because clearly we all know that we have a very resource-constrained planet, and hence this subject itself needs to change. We need to bring in sustainability values in societal and social organizations like schools, churches, NGOs. I think it needs to start right from the beginning of the child as to what should he look into a product while wanting to buy it. And that change needs to start happening at a very young age. And then we said, how should be there more collaboration between various entities? And all new business models which need to get created need to look at how it not only sustains quality of life in industrialized world, but to be focused more on maximizing prosperity in the developing world. We said oft repeated sentence that how everyone in developing world lives on a less than $1 a day of a salary or of incomes, and how if they were equal consumers of carbon, the shape of planet would be altered. So there needs to be more collaboration clearly between the whole civil society, public sector, regulators, and private sector to create much more sustainable business models which do not encourage any kind of waste. Social entrepreneurs clearly have a role to play, and they can collaborate with businesses in equal terms and equal measure, which is not happening today, because very often social entrepreneurs can lead the businesses towards more sustainable opportunities because they work very close to people, very close to humankind. They are able to spot those opportunities faster, and if they could find a way to collaborate with businesses, it could mean very interesting business models. And then we said, we are in this closed door amongst 100 people creating prescriptive business models. Why should we create prescriptive business models in a closed door environment, and why should we not look at nature and possibly existing business models in the developing world which work? There are some models which definitely work, and that's why there are so many people in the developing world who live. And we need to do a due diligence on them and see, maybe move those models to the rest of the world. So essentially, I would wrap up by saying that we had a wide range of debate. It's all there in these slides, and I will be happy to take your questions later.